Hello Farhan,
Oh, hi Aradhya.
what are you doing here in park?
I came here to play football. What are you thinking, Aradhya?
Farhan, do you know ma'am will be going to teach about plants?
So what?
Ma'am told us that you must visit nearby garden before she will teach us new topic.
Yes, ma'am told us that she will show us some beautiful videos on plants.
You're right. See, our garden has lot of plants. Some are small sized and some are very big in size.
But why all plants don't have the same names?
We will ask to ma'am in tomorrow class and we will see what ma'am is going to show us tomorrow. Good morning ma'am. Good morning all. Ma'am, I went to garden yesterday and I saw various plants over there. Some are very small in size and some are very big plants. Ma'am, why all plants do not have the same name? Aradhya, let's watch the video and then I will explain you all the things. Okay, ma'am. Students, there is a surprise for you. Let's watch the video. Hello students, welcome back to your biology class. Hope you like the virtual trip to botanical garden and also have seen the Tata Edge video, and it must be clear to you that which topic we are going to discuss today. So let's continue with the topic. The chapter is 7, the world of living, and the topic is, that is, classification of plants. Yes student, we are going to discuss today the classification of plants, learning outcomes. So after the completion of the topic, students, you will be able to define classification, why plants and animals they are categorized in the groups. You will be able to categorize plants on the basis of their shape, size and height as herbs, shrubs and trees. You will be able to differentiate plants based on their lifespan in like annual, biennial and perennials, and will be able to classify plants into flowering and non-flowering. So these are the learning outcomes which you will achieve after the completion of the topic. These are the things which we are going to discuss in detail. So you can see here the picture you can see lot of plants, lot of animals are there. on our earth. Clear? So which is called variety of life on the earth, having plants and animal, which is called biodiversity. So you see here the variety of plants and animals. So why there is a need of this animals to categorize or to plants to categorize? Let's discuss first what is classification. As we know, kids, like there are huge amount of plants and huge amount of animals are there on the earth. So on the basis of their similarities, we categorized them, the plants and animal, into the groups, and this is called as a classification. So then question comes in mind, why is there need to classify the living things? So look beta, there are many varieties are there on the earth. So it is not possible we can study each and every plant or animal separately. So it is essential, it is required for us to classify them according to their common characteristics. Means whatever the common characteristics are there in a particular group. So plants are categorized as some are herbs, some are shrubs, some are trees. Similarly, we discuss later on the other categories of the plant on which basis of the characteristics they are classified. So, variety of plants are there on the earth and animals are there. Not possible to study each individual separately. So that's why there is a need to classify them, these living things, in. So this is the first learning outcome which we have achieved. Now you are able to define what is classification. So coming to the next topic. So we classify the plants on the basis of the height, on the basis of size, and on the basis of shape. Into how many groups? Into three groups, which are herbs, shrubs, as well as trees. So you can see here the picture where you can see some trees, they are very small in size, some plants they are very small in size, some are of medium size, and some are very tall in height. So we categorize the plants into three categories: herbs, shrubs, and trees. So let's discuss the first category, that is herbs. So what are herbs? Herbs are very small plants. Their height ranges from few centimeters to 1 meter in height. They may vary, their height may vary from few centimeters to 1 meters. Their stem is soft, their stem is green, and the examples are all vegetables, grasses, and flowering plants. That is the example which come under such plants, they come under the category of herbs. Here you can see in the picture, mint is given, coriander, spinach, all of them, these plants, they are very small in height, they are very small plants, and their stem is soft as well as green. Next, you can see the picture of Raat ki Rani here, Bougainvillea here, and cotton. So these are the examples of shrub. These are medium-sized plants. So generally, they are having the height that is from 1 meter to about 3 meters. Basically, their height is of 1 meter to 3 meters, and some plants they may appear in bushy in appearance. Their stem is hard and woody. So these are the examples. So such plants, their height is 1 to 3 meters in their height. They are medium sized plants, and some of them they are bushy in appearance, and they have hard woody stems. So such plant they come under the category of shrubs. Next, you can see here the picture of neem, mango, and apple. Yes, from the picture it is clear, such plants which are very tall and which are very large plant, their height is very tall, they are very tall in height, and they have strong woody stem. So these are come under the category of neem, mango. They are come under the category of trees. Clear? Here are the examples already discussed. So this is the learning outcome which we have achieved. Now you are able to categorize the plant on the basis of their height, stem, and shape into three categories, that is herbs, shrubs and trees. So, do you know banana is a herb, not a tree? Yes, you always think like banana is a tree. Basically, banana is a herb. Its stem is underground, and the the trunk portion which you see, which is above the ground, that is actually the leaves which are rolled over one above. See the center picture. Here you can see the leaf sheets which are rolled over one above. So that is the leaves are rolled. You can see also the third picture where rolled part of leaf has been shown. So it is clear that its stem of banana is underground and trunk is that trunk portion, it consists of a leaf bases which are rolled over one another. So it is not a tree, it is a herb. Next, we are going to discuss classification on the basis of lifespan. Yes, we will differentiate the plants on the basis of their lifespan. Ki how many time they survive for a in how many days or how many years the plant will survive. So plants which survive for a year they are called as annual plants. Those who are survive for 2 years, 2 seasons, that they are called as biennials, and those who survive many years they are called as perennials. So let's discuss one by one these plants. So first you can see the picture of some flowering plants here. So this is few examples are given, like petunia, dahlia is there. So such plants which survive for only one season, clear, and such plants are called as annual plants, and examples are all seasonal flowering plants and vegetables and crop like rice, maize and wheat, all they come under this category which only survive for only one season. Next is the category, you can see here the examples: carrot, radish, turnip. So such plants which survives for 2 seasons, and in first year they have their vegetative growth, means they grow all the vegetative parts like root, stem and leaf that grow, and finally in the second year they bear flowers and fruits. So such plants they are called as biennials. Example I have already mentioned: carrot, radish, turnip. Find out some more example. This is the activity which I have given you as a homework now. Next is the perennials. So you can see neem and guava, the plants which live for many years. Clear? And they produce flowers, fruit many time in their lifetime. They are called as a perennial plants. Some more trees you can count it here. Mango is there, apple is there, which survive for many seasons, many years, and they keep producing the flowers and fruits number of time in their lifetime. Even the lemon also. So now uh, the next learning outcome which we have achieved, now you are able to differentiate plants on the basis of their lifespan into annual, biennial and perennial plants. Come to the next part, classification on the basis of flowers. So you will be able to classify plants on the basis of having the flowers in them or not into two categories. First category is flowering plants and second is non-flowering plants. So plants that bear flowers are called flowering plants. You have seen variety of plants in your surroundings: rose, mango, marigold, jasmine, even grass. Yes, they bear flowers. So such plants which bear flowers, they are called as a flowering plants. Next you can see the picture of algae ferns. This plant basically grow in many houses. Maximum they people they grow this plant, ferns. Then mosses you can see in the hilly areas, on the rocks, even the patches. So such plants which do not bear flowers, clear. So that come under the category of non-flowering plants. Example is algae. You have seen the thick patches on the stagnant water, standing water, which is a plant which is called algae. It doesn't have flowers. So such type of plants which do not have the which do not bear flower in their life cycle. So such plants, they are called as a non-flowering plants. So beta, now your next fourth learning outcome which we have achieved. Now after this you are able to classify plants into flowering and non-flowering plants. Next is the points to be remembered what we have done in the whole lecture. First, plants are classified on the basis of height, size and shape as herbs, shrubs and trees. Let's revise the things. So on the basis of height, size and shape, we can categorize the plants into three categories, three parts: herbs, shrubs and trees. Next, we have discussed plants are classified on their basis of lifespan, like which plant grow for which year, into annual, biennial and perennials. So next, plants are also classified as flowering and non-flowering plants. So these are the learning outcomes which we have achieved today. Now you are able to define classification. The classification means that is arrangement of plants and animals into a group on the basis of some common characters. Now you are able to categorize plants on the basis of their size, shape and height as into herbs, shrubs and trees. Next, you are able to differentiate plants on the basis of lifespan as annual plants which grow for one season, biennial plant which grow for 2 seasons, and perennial plant which grow for many seasons. Now you are able to classify plants as into flowering and non-flowering plants. So this is all about the today's topic. Hope you like the video. Enjoy learning at home. Be safe, be happy. Thank you so much.